All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be talking about wealth and relationships.
Okay.
And how the two kind of work together and help people on the path to achieving financial freedom.
Yeah.
And we're going to be taking all this from a clip of Adnan Sunny Dangote.
Okay.
Have you heard of him before?
Yeah, I know Dangote.
Okay, so he's like
Africa's richest man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Africa's richest man, an incredibly successful businessman. And he had this really interesting analogy about a $100 bill
Okay.
that I think kind of perfectly illustrates his philosophy.
I'm intrigued. Let's hear it.
Okay, so he starts off by saying, imagine you're alone in a room and you have a $100 bill.
Just me and $100.
That's it. Just you and a $100 bill.
Okay.
What can you really do with that?
Not much, I guess. Can't really buy anything. You can't eat it.
Exactly.
You can't wear it. It's just a piece of paper at that point.
Yeah, it's basically worthless when you're just by yourself.
Right. It's all about potential.
But then he says, okay, imagine you give that $100 bill to somebody else.
Okay.
Now things start to get interesting.
How so?
Well, because now that $100 bill can be used for all sorts of things.
I see where you're going with this.
It can buy food or, be used to pay for travel.
It creates opportunities.
Exactly. It can even be used to, invest in something.
And all of that interaction fosters connection.
Yeah, and that's exactly his point. He's saying that money by itself isn't really the key.
It's a tool.
It's a tool, exactly.
To facilitate exchange and build relationships.
And he thinks that the real wealth, the real value comes from those relationships.
I like that. So it's not just about accumulating money, but using it to build something bigger.
Mm-hmm. And this is where I think he really challenges the traditional view of money.
You mean like the idea that money is the root of all evil or something?
Yeah, like money is something to be hoarded and protected and kept away from other people.
Right. Like the Scrooge McDuck mentality.
Exactly. But Dangote's saying, no money is a tool to connect with people.
To create value for others and in turn receive value back.
Exactly. He's not saying go give all your money away and become dependent on others.
Not at all. It's more about building mutually beneficial relationships where people want to help you.
Because you've helped them.
Exactly. Like a network of support and shared success.
So what do you think, how does this apply to, people in their everyday lives?
Well, I think it applies to a lot more than just finance.
Okay. The hell?
Think about any field, any skill, really anything you're passionate about.
Okay.
If you're constantly focused on just what you can get out of it, you're missing the bigger picture.
Okay.
But if you focus on providing value to others, helping them solve problems, making their lives better.
You build that social capital.
Exactly. You build trust and reputation.
Yeah.
People start to see you as someone who brings something to the table.
And that's how those opportunities come back around.
Precisely. And that can lead to not just financial success, but also fulfillment and a sense of purpose.
So instead of seeing wealth creation as this solitary climb to the top.
It becomes more about collaboration and community.
Yeah, like building a network of strong relationships based on mutual respect and value.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many of us are missing out on those connections because we're too focused on just ourselves?
It's definitely something to think about. So, we talked about the $100 bill analogy and how that illustrates Dangote's philosophy on wealth and relationships. But he also has this really ambitious goal.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
He wants to help create a community of 10 million financially free individuals.
10 million? Wow. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a huge goal.
Yeah.
But I think it speaks to how much he believes in the power of relationships.
And the power of financial education.
Because he wants to achieve this goal not just through his own business ventures,
but by empowering others with the knowledge and the connections they need
to create their own success.
Almost like a ripple effect.
Exactly. Like if you help one person achieve financial freedom,
they can then turn around and help somebody else.
And so on and so forth.
It's a beautiful vision of shared prosperity.
So then he goes on to talk about his worst case scenario.
His worst case scenario.
Yeah. And you know what it is?
I'm all ears.
He says that in 10 years, he wants to be in a position where he doesn't have to buy anything.
He doesn't have to buy anything, so he just wants to live like a hermit or something.
No, not like that. He means that he'll have created so much value in the lives of others.
That they'll freely offer him anything he needs in return.
Exactly. Like he envisions a world where abundance flows freely through a network of strong, interconnected relationships.
That's quite a utopian ideal.
It is, but it's also incredibly inspiring. It really makes you think about what your ideal relationship with money would look like.
Would it be about freedom? Freedom to pursue your passions, travel the world, spend time with loved ones.
Maybe it's about security.
Security for yourself and your family, knowing that you're financially stable no matter what life throws your way.
Or maybe it's about making a difference.
Using your wealth to give back to your community support, causes you believe in leave a positive impact on the world.
And ultimately, that's the question that Dane Goat leaves us with.
What is your relationship goal?
It's a powerful question that really gets to the heart of why we strive for financial freedom in the first place. So to wrap things up, we've learned a lot from Dan Goat today.
Yeah, we've seen how he views money as a tool.
How he emphasizes the importance of relationships.
And how he believes that building value for others is the key to achieving both wealth and fulfillment.
And as we sign off, I think it's worth asking ourselves, could this focus on building genuinely valuable relationships be the key to achieving not just our financial goals, but all of our goals in life?
It's a question worth pondering, for sure. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
And we'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration.
Take care.
See ya.